What's going on, everybody? It is Jackson, and I am here with my vinyl collection. So, just recently, over Christmas last year, I was lucky enough to get a record player for my big gift of that year. And I immediately jumped at the opportunity of starting to get records for it. It's just something I've always really wanted to do, and I've always really liked music, so I felt like getting a record player would be the best course of action for me to do, especially when it came to like my appreciation for music and all that sort of stuff. So I decided, hey, let me amass sort of a collection, early collection, and I will show you guys what I've collected so far. I really like some of the stuff I've got. Some really good records from last year and some really good classics too. And overall, I'm like really excited to show you guys what I've gotten. So just want to start out with, this is all going to be in like chronological or alphabetical order. I like a lot of this music. In fact, normally I'll hold off from getting records that I don't like, just because, what's the point of having something in your collection you don't like? There's not really. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So my first record I've got, I actually got from a family Christmas thing. It's 8 days a week touring years. It's by the Beatles, live at the Hollywood Bowl. This is actually a really fun record to listen to, just kind of put on in the background. It is really cool. Just chill out music. The crowd is an interesting thing to hear. Sort of put you in the mindset of, that time period when they were playing live shows and doing their touring. Following that, I've got Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune. This is actually an old, pre-owned one. I got it at my local record store, a really good record store. They have a lot of good stuff. I'm planning on heading there soon, getting some more for my collection. I'll be honest, I specifically got this one for Don't Fear the Reaper. It's a fantastic, fantastic song. And really just complements all of Blue Oyster Cult's entire discography and everything they have. This is just a perfect album. Really recommend this thing for anybody who likes classic rock. Next, we're getting into my Bowie. I've got a lot of Bowie, or at least 3 Bowie. Starting with Ziggy Stardust. Obviously, classic Bowie. Nothing beats this. Super good. I like, I like the way it looks. I like everything about it. Just fantastic record. This is a reprint. I didn't get the original, but it's still really good. Easily his best work. Barring what's coming up soon. Next, I've got Aladdin Sane. This thing is absolutely fantastic. This is crazy. I love this record. Really some of, David Bowie's more out there stuff. Not to be fair, all of his stuff is pretty out there, but this specifically is some of his more out there, sort of, his vocals are interesting to say the least. But, again, every Bowie vocal was interesting. This is just a really good record. Highly suggest picking this one up, along with Ziggy Stardust. And the third and final Bowie record I have right now is Black Star. This thing is the most depressing album I have ever heard. There's a reason why this also is a great piece of music. There's a reason why this thing was the #1 vinyl sales for 2016. It was a haunting record, and everybody who listened to Bowie knows that this is absolutely creepy, just melancholy, just trip into hell. That's all I can say. This is a fantastic record. Really creepy, really melancholy. Packaging is a bit weird. I don't like how it's sort of got like that star. It's cool, but at the same time, it's a little, it's uncomfortable to say the least. Now, moving into the record I just recently got. This is the most recent one I've gotten. Getting into my hip hop. Danny Brown's Atrocity Exhibition. This thing is fucking crazy. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking or what he was doing when he fucking made this thing, but this is absolute drug trip. It is a downward spiral, as he likes to say. Even on Triple X, he was talking about downward spiral. This is the fucking downward spiral. This is the Atrocities Exhibition. He really did this shit good. This is a fantastic hip-hop record. His flows, insane. The production is just loud, just abrasive. It's just so fucking good. Really, really check this record out. Highly recommend. Moving on to some more less abrasive hip-hop. We've got Dr. Dre's The Chronic. This is quintessential West Coast sound. Dr. Dre, this is Dre's easily his best record. It's easily his most recognizable when it comes to sound. Obviously, I think 2001 has some recognizable sounds like Explosive. Personally, I think is like a fantastic song. But talking about this record, Nothing But a G Thing is fucking off the chain, dude. I love this song. I love that record. Everything about this is just West Coast sound. Fucking Dr. Dre, The Chronic. You cannot go wrong. Something else I really like about this record is on the inside of the records, got a little bit of weed leaf. I think that's funny. I think it's fucking great for the theme of the record. Nice little touch that didn't need to be added, but was, and I appreciate him for adding it. Moving on to the next record, I have got Thriller. This is a fucking another classic I got from that record store local. This is the best pop album ever made. I'll fucking debate you on it. I don't care. Michael Jackson's Thriller is so fucking good. Every single song has replay value out the fucking ass. Every song is good on this shit. And I got this shit for a good price too. And it's honestly really good condition. I mean, look at this thing. Highly if you haven't listened to Thriller, first of all, what the fuck are you doing? Second of all, listen to this fucking record. It's so good. Alright. Moving away from Michael Jackson, I've got one of my favorite hip-hop albums of last year. And just to let you guys know, I'm a Kendrick Lamar hardcore fan. Untitled Unmastered. This is such a good, just like everything that you would think from To Pimp a Butterfly. This is also some of that stuff. I mean, the B-sides on this, and I remember the needle drop Anthony Fantano saying this, the B-sides, this is B-sides for To Pimp a Butterfly, are as good, if not better, than some of the current modern hip-hop that's being made. That's how good and influential I think this guy is going to be, and how he is right now. Really fucking good. Even for B-sides, even for unmastered, unnamed fucking songs, still super fucking good. And, you can't have one without the other. To Pimp a Butterfly. This is the first record I've ever listened to, the first record I've ever owned, and by far my favorite record of all time. This is, and I can rant about this album for fucking ever, a masterpiece. And I know, I'm not going to call it a classic, because everyone fucking gets mad about classics, but in my opinion, this is a fucking masterpiece, and I will always go back to this record and listen to it. There's not a single song in here that is not fucking bad, even for free. This dick ain't for free. You know what? Fuck you. It is for free, and I'm listening to this shit all I fucking want. This is such a fucking good record. I love it so much. And you know what? We're going to be alright. This fucking album, if I'm in a shitty mood, I'll fucking play track 7. I don't give a shit. We are going to be alright. For sure. Tim Butterfly, fucking amazing record. Highly, 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 to the most highly high, higher than Danny Brown, higher than The Chronic, recommend this record for any hip-hop fan. This is a fucking good one. Moving over to something that is definitely not Kendrick Lamar or Danny Brown. Foxygen's Hang. This actually came out this year, early this month. This record is... So, originally I had watched Follow the Leader music video on YouTube a while back, a few months before the record came out. And I was like, wow, I really like the sound. Vocals sounds a lot like Mick Jagger, really, really good. And then I was like, I'll keep my ear to the ground on this thing. And after first listening, I was like, you know what, I need to get this thing on vinyl. The orchestral sounds, all of that, and just everything, the production, and just like, sounds so good. Without being, like, on digital, it sounds really good, and in vinyl, it just sounds fucking amazing. Some of the sounds are just, it's pure, good, like, indie rock, punk, pop, not even punk, why am I saying punk? Pop. It's really like indie pop, indie, like, rock, really light rock. This is really fucking good. I really like this. Follow the Leader. America is creepy. It's dark. It's drab. It's just everything you'd want from a Foxygen record. They really play to their influences, and I really like it a lot. Alright, one more, or I guess, so I've got 3 Bowies. I've also got 3 more of another group of artists or band. I've got Zeppelin. So I've got Zeppelin 4, I've got Zeppelin 2, and I've got Zeppelin 1. Now, I'll be pretty quick about all 3 of these things, because, I mean, they're all obviously fucking very different, don't get me wrong, but just for sake of time, all 3 Zeppelin albums are fucking great. The first Zeppelin album I got, like, repressed, and then these ones I believe they're represses, but I got them from the local record store. 2, fucking masterpiece. 1, fucking great. 4 has to be my favorite. Just for Black Dog and Stairway to Heaven. I know, very fucking generic, but these records are fantastic. Highly recommend, again, to anybody who's a classic rock fan. If you haven't listened to this, why are you a classic rock fan in the fucking first place? These are great records to listen to. Highly recommend. Again, pretty much everything in this list is highly recommended, but these ones specifically, classic rock fans, you got to listen to this shit. This is really fucking good music. Moving back over to my hip hop, I've got Mad Villain. This fucking record is fantastic. MF Doom and Madlib do something on this that rarely been done in hip hop. I feel like every single beat, every single production, all the work was so handcrafted well that MF Doom, swear to God, tore these fucking beats, verses, bars, fucking whatever you name it, he fucking tore to bits. He literally sent this fucking album and my brain into a fucking meat grinder when I first heard this. This is so good. I mean, when you start with something like Ill as Villains and then you end with such an amazing, just rhinestone cowboy masterpiece, you know that this is a fucking good record. And this is, if not the best record, if not the best, hip-hop record of the early 2000s, 2000 to 2010. This is fucking really good. I love this record. Again, one more time, I'm going to say it again. Highly recommend. Moving over to a little bit different hip-hop, but still, if not another classic, Illmatic. Nas's Illmatic. So good. This is, like I said with Dre, quintessential West Coast. This is quintessential East Coast. This is the grimiest New York you're ever going to get. When the second you hear that first track start, and you hear those subway trains, and you hear the tracks, and you hear those people, and you hear everything, you're in New York. You're in New York, and you're there to stay. This is a classic hip-hop album. Nothing beats this production, this sound. It's grimy, it's dirty, it's classic. Highly recommend. Check this thing out. Now, I've got another new hip-hop record. I like hip-hop a lot, if you couldn't tell. These guys fucking blew me away. I'll be honest. I didn't listen to a lot of these guys when they first started making their music. Run the Jewels 1, wasn't a big fan of it. In fact, I really didn't listen to it at all. 2, same thing. And when 3 came out and I heard Legend Has It samples, I heard the single, I heard all the sounds for the single. I was like, you know what? This sounds really fucking good. And, I'll keep my ears to the ground on this. And Christmas Eve, I'm sitting there chilling, thinking like, damn, I get my record player. I might get this record. Because, like, when that shit came out, I was fucking blown away, dude. There's no way that you can ever compare political rap to this shit. This is, like, next level political rap. This shit is so good. Every single song, whether it be Stay Gold to Panther Like Panther, excuse me, fucking just banger fucking beats. I mean, it does start slow, but it like fucking boom, it kicks off like a fucking champ. You are always in their passenger seat. You're never in the driver's seat. They have complete control. LP and Killer Mike dismantle the fucking microphone. LP does something new on this project, what I think is really fucking good, and I think that Killer Mike did something new as well. And the fact that they are so well together on the microphone, and they're like the fucking best friends, it's actually crazy how well they made this record. This is my favorite Run the Jewels record, and I've listened to all 3 now extensively because after this one I was like, this is really fucking good. This is, again, like I said, highly recommend. My favorite hip-hop record of 2016. Highly recommend. Listen to this shit. It will blow you away just like it did with me for my first listen. And to finish off my record collection so far, starting January 2017, and I'll do one for each month following this month, is Enter the Wu-Tang. Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers, is the best Wu-Tang Clan record. Undebatable. Has some of the most classic hip-hop songs of all time, and it has, in my opinion, I don't want to say top 5 hip-hop tracks of all time. Cream. You will go out and listen to other hip-hop records, and this one has always had a resonating effect. You listen to Joey Badass and his, Cash ruined everything around me. Cash rules everything around me. That is Cream. That's why this record is in my collection. Not just that song, the whole entire thing. Method Man, Ghostface Killah, ODB, just everyone in Wu-Tang Clan just destroyed this. It was just such a good record. Highly recommend again, just like all my other records. And that's my collection. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you want more. This has been Jaxson. Thank you very much. Keep rocking.